At Williams Grove this time, UDSRA Flat Out Sim Series. 50 410 sprint cars logged in to this one. They are in qualifying right now. It is about to wrap up. Chance Sinskowski on top of the pylon. Jeremy Zarfos, Cody Hartlaw, Brett Strickler, and Craig Dunn. The top 5 in qualifying. Joining this one almost with the action already going on as we just left the iRacing Fast Series to head over here. New series for us. This is another one of those short series. About 4 weeks is what I'm being told. This being at night number 1. About 15 seconds left in qualifying. Nothing changing in that top 5, it doesn't look like. Siskowski, Zarfos, Hartlov, Broderick, and Strickler. Craig Dunn got bumped down, so a little bit of a change. Likes, shares, and follows, folks. We love you all for tuning in. It is a fantastic Friday here on the Dirt Racing Network. Going to be this way for the next 3 weeks. These guys getting ready to put their first heat race out on the track. 5 heats on tap for you. Looks like 10 cars in each one. We'll get ready to run through our starting lineup here. On the pole, the M&M Painting and Construction, number 7 for the Brent Marks Sim team out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's Chance Siskowski on the pole. To his outside, the Wicked Cushion 19 Designs Team SETI out of Maybury, Queensland, Australia. We call him the Flying Aussie, the 57 machine, Craig Dunn. Row 2 on the inside in the X machine, going to be Mike Keegan. And on his outside, a 73 car of Brett Mikulski. In the third row, on the inside, the 41 car of Zach Holloway, and on his outside, Team UDSRA Highside Raceway, number 95 of Dakota Kuhn. In row 4, on the inside, David Diller, the 1 machine, and on the outside, Justin Brester in the 50. And in the next row, which is the 5th row, back on the inside. Sorry, didn't mean to shut that off right there. The 37 car of Jared Burba and Jesse Deeds in the 36 on the outside of that row. 10 cars here. I know the top 4 are going straight to the feature. And everybody else will work their way through the consolation races. A C-Main, B-Main. Going to fill out a 24-car starting grid. Siskowski and Dunn on our front row. Heat 1 of 5. Williams Grove, pretty busy tonight. These guys been here for practice for about the last 15-20 minutes, went to qualifying, and they are tired of fooling around. It is race time. Time to get loud. Siskowski's on the throttle. Green flags in the air. Flat Out Sim Series underway. Mike Keegan with a good power move to take over third. He made Mikulski check up going into 1 right there. He takes over third. Mikulski is 4th. Holloway into 5th. Kuhn, Diller, Burba, and Deeds as we complete lap number 1. Oh, Siskowski lost a big handle on that car. This is the big one in heat number 1. No cautions in these, so if the guys can get the cars righted and going, they're going to keep it moving as Brett Mikulski avoided all the mayhem. He's got the lead in front of David Dillard. Dakota Kuhn is 3rd, and Zach Holloway Missing the entire front end of that car, as is Kuhn, running in the 4th spot. Jesse Deeds back here in the 5th spot. Mike Keegan, Siskowski still on track. Burba and Dunn in the infield. They'll work their way from the C and B mains. Whole lot of action. Lap 2 of our first heat race here. Flat Out Sim Series. Get a view of David Diller's car as he comes off too. You can see the leader, Brett Mikulski, how far he is in front of Diller. Diller's working the middle in 3 and 4. Dakota Kuhn in the 3rd spot. Zach Holloway runs in your 4th and final direct transfer spot. Right now, Brett Mikulski down through turns 3 and 4. 4 to go that time by. Kuhn and Holloway. Holloway starting to reel Kuhn in just a little bit. That's for 3rd and 4th. Both cars sitting on transfer spots right now. If they can keep them the positions they're in. Enough damage to race cars already in heat race number 1. I don't think these guys are going to press the issue too much. Out of turn 4. 2 to go for Brett Mikulski. He's 2.4 seconds ahead of David Diller. Almost the entire length of that front straightaway. Mikulski gets the white flag. Heat race number 1 almost in the books. Diller. Holloway got around Kuhn, and now Kuhn might be in trouble. Jesse Deeds has caught him on the final lap. Deeds goes to the high side. Kuhn with about 2.5 cars down into turn 3. Mikulski wins it. Diller is 2nd. Holloway's looking at 3rd. Holloway gets it, then Kuhn. That's your top 4 transfer spots. Everybody else going to work their way through the C and B mains, try to get into the feature tonight. So heat 1, action-packed, especially on lap 2. But it is in the books now. Heat 2 out on the front stretch. 5X Machine, the Mohawk Northeast J&B Medical Supply, Dave Blaney Sim Racing Team out of York, PA. Jeremy Zarfos behind the wheel, and on his outside, the 888 of Corey Wenzel. Row 2 on the inside. 25 Machine, the Jessup Logistics car of Richie Preston, and on his outside, Kyle Sosnowski in the 7 Machine. Row 3 on the inside. 2001 car of John Helms on his outside. Catch Fence Apparel, Elbows Up Sim Sport out of Bloomington, Indiana. It's the 82 car of Dustin Griffiths. In row 4 on the inside, the 27 Machine of Ty Williams, and on his outside, Brent Shearer in the 12 car. And in the back row on the inside, Bradley Moore, the 16, and on the outside, the high side, Racewear Fast Line Apparel, Speedway Engines, UDSRA out of Livingston, Montana. It's the Flying Fossil, David Flick. Ten more cars. Top 4 straight to our feature. Everybody else will be playing alphabet soup. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for tuning in, spending your Friday evening with us. UDSRA Flat Out Sim Series. A lot of sponsors. You can see them scrolling by. On the screen right there. Let me minimize all that so it's easier for you guys to see. JZI Racing for photographs. Tri-State Towing. Be sure to help support all these sponsors that support sim racing for these guys as heat race number 2 gets underway. Green flag in the air. Jeremy Zarfos, Corey Wenzel. Wenzel from the outside. Great start for him. He is going to rocket around turn 2, puts the right rear in the fence, and that slows the rocket down a little bit. Here comes Sosnowski right there. The 7 car put his nose in it and then had to back it out, and that's going to cost him a spot to Dustin Griffiths. Fast and furious on lap number 1. Zarfos with the lead. Wenzel second. Griffiths third. Side by side. Preston and Sosnowski. Preston's going to prevail into the 4th spot, and he immediately went on the attack after Dustin Griffiths in the 82. Couldn't get it down out of turn 4, so keep the top 4 the same as we complete 2 of 10. Sosnowski, Helms, Flick, Shearer, Williams, and Mahler rounding out the field. But Zarfos and Wenzel in a great battle at the front. 5 car, Jeremy Zarfos, about 2 car lengths over Corey Wenzel. Ooh, Griffiths. Big slide job into turns 1 and 2. Almost right rear, or right front into left rear. That could have caused another big one in heat number 2. Good battling for these guys. There goes Griffiths. Slider line. Can he make it stick? No. Easy crossover, and there goes Ketchfence. Finding the outside wall. Off of 2. It's going to move Wenzel to second. Richie Preston into third, and Kyle Sosnowski. He's going to have that 4th and final transfer spot now. Griffiths keeps the car underneath him, and he's 5th. We'll see if he's got time to run back down the 7 car of Sosnowski. He's got old Father Time, the Flying Fossil, right there behind him, the 56 machine, running in that 6th spot. But now with 4 to go, Zarfos starting to stretch out a little bit. He's added a car and a half to that. It's 3/10 now. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th starting to get very close here. Very good battle. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Wenzel, 888, sitting in 2nd, but Richie Preston taking a peek down the inside in turns 1 and 2. Drag race down the backstretch. Preston with the slider in 3 and 4. He got enough to hang on to the spot. Give it to him at the line, but not by much, less than a foot. White flag in the air. Preston right around the high side. He takes it. He is bringing Sosnowski with him. 7 car, seeing what the 25 is doing. He's trying to follow suit. They're coming to the checks. It's going to be Zarfos, Preston, Wenzel, Sosnowski. Making it straight to your feature. David Flick, the 1st car on the outside looking in, and the Flying Fossil going to have to work his way out of the B main to try to make the feature tonight. All right, 2 down, 3 to go. We'll get the lineup going for you here on the front stretch. On the pole, the 02 car, Cody Hartlob, and on his outside, the 72 of Orion Smith. Inside, row number 2. The Wicked Relief with CBD, number 17, Kyle Keenan. On his outside, the 99 car, Tony Agalda. Row 3 on the inside, Trevor Berry, the 97 machine. On his outside, going to be a Casey Graves in the 101. Row 4 on the inside, 36 car of Eric Coyle. And on his outside, the 83, that is Bryant Cotta. And on the back row, inside the 39, Brent Holloway. On the outside, the 119 of Joseph Thomas. So 10 more cars, 10 more laps, top 4. Straight to our feature. Everybody else, get you a bowl, find you a spoon. Let's have a little alphabet soup, see if you can make it into the A main. Been a lot of action at the Grove tonight. Our Racing Fast Series finished up. Week number 2 right before we came here for the UDSRA Flat Out Sim Series. That was the 360 race. These guys in the 410s. First time on DRN for them. So far, been a great show. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I see a lot of people watching. Guys, say hi in the chat. Doesn't matter where you're at. I will see it. YouTube, Twitch, or any of the Facebook streams. We appreciate you tuning in. Be sure you drop by the Dirt Racing Network if you haven't already. Give us a like, a follow, and a share. On the throttle, Cody Hartlob, green flag back in the air. We're racing once again. Heat race number 3. Down through turns 1 and 2, 2 and 3 wide. Hartlob with the lead. Keene jumped into second. Berry and Smith swapping third and fourth, back and forth. Trevor Berry, the 95 car, that white machine with the black numbers on the inside. Good move through 1 and 2. He went from third to fourth. He was in a 2-car battle. He stays in one, but it's a new battlee on the outside. Keene now. Cody Hartlob's going to give it up in one lap. The 97 car, Trevor Berry, went from fourth all the way to the lead. He's got it through 1 and 2. Hartlob's trying to fight off Galda, trying to fight off everybody right now. Keene is right there. Smith is right there. Good battle. Top 5 or 6 cars almost under a blanket right now. Kyle Keene, the 17 car on the inside of Cody. Hartlob takes over third. Move Hartlob back to fourth. Now Keene's on the inside of Galda. Both lines working very well, top side and the bottom. Little slip up from Trevor Berry, and he drops from the lead to third as Kyle Keene now takes over the point. Galda in second. Hartlob and Berry now battle third and fourth side by side. We're coming to the halfway point, heat number 3. And at the halfway point, Berry falls back into fourth behind Hartlob. Ryan Smith, Eric Coyle battling fifth and sixth. Cotta, Graves, 7 and 8. Holloway and Thomas, 9th and 10th. Kyle Keene, and now he's got his hands full again. 4 to go this time. Galda was all over him in 3 and 4, and Keene escaped. Just a little bit of breathing room down the front stretch. Picks up a little more out of turn 2. Big gap now for Keene. Galda still second. Hartlob is settled smoothly into third. And Berry, after an early challenge for the lead, had it for a lap or two. Now he's settled into a distant fourth. Eric Coyle, 36 machine, now sets into the 5th spot. Brian Cotta in 6th. We're going to watch the front because it's starting to heat up again. Galda had a run through 3 and 4. Close the gap with 2 to go. Down to under 2/10, which is not very much, about 4 or 5 car lengths. Keene working the bottom. Galda looking all over the place, trying to find just a little bit of extra speed. White flag in the air. Still Keene, Galda, Hartlob, and Berry, your top 4. No last-ditch sliders. Oh, Galda tried to stick it in there, got it away out of shape. That's going to hurt. Keene wins it. Hartlob second, Berry third, and Eric Coyle. With a last lap, last corner mistake from Galda, Coyle takes the final transfer spot. So Galda will be in the B main. Why y'all giving Craig so much trouble? I like my buddy the Flying Aussie. All right, heat race number 4, gridding out on the front stretch for us on the pole. The 51, Mark Broderick on his outside. The Wicked Energy Gum, number 30 of Max Stambaugh, Mad Max in the house. Row 2 on the inside, going to be the 58, Zach Settle. To his outside, the high side racewear TH Designs UDSRA, number 19 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. It's Troy Wagaman Jr. And in the third row on the inside, the 5-car, Brent Marks. That is awesome to see some of the World Outlaws guys and the All-Star guys in here racing with these guys. And Chad Finley going to start on his outside in the 6th spot. Row 4 on the inside, Dante Brown, the 43 car, and Joe Taylor on his outside. And in the 5th and final row, Andrew Swartwood in the 88 on the inside, and Brent Densford will start on his outside. Right now, Dante Brown's car not in the field, so 9 cars for this one. Broderick and Stem on our front row. Well, welcome in. If you are willing, type in there and tell us where you're watching from. Love to see everybody. I see Eastern PA, Alabama, Texas, Australia. Appreciate everybody tuning in no matter where you're at. Be sure to drop by the Dirt Racing Network over here on Facebook. Give us a like, a share, a follow. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, give us a subscription or a follow over there. If you are watching on YouTube or Twitch, say hi in the chat. I see that as well in my multi-chat over here. Try to keep my eyes on that stuff. Heat race number 4 about to go green when we come out of turn 4. We got 12 locked into the feature already, looking for 8 more out of the heat races, and then we're going to go find just a few more out of the C&B main. Whew, looks like we got a lot of Pennsylvania folks in the house. Appreciate that greatly, guys. Home track. All right. Broderick got on the throttle, got away from Stanbaugh just a little on the start when the green flag fell. He's going to lead us through 1 and 2 for the first lap. Stanbaugh into second. Wagaman and Finley, your top 4 as we go down into 3 and 4 the first time. Got half the guys working the inside, half the guys on the outside. The basement looking just as good as the penthouse right now. Broderick about 4.5, 5, maybe 6 car lengths now over Stanbaugh. The battle's in that Hornet's Nest, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Stanbaugh, Settle, Wagaman, and Finley. Finley way out of shape off of 4, and that's going to move him back off of this group. Stanbaugh, Wagaman, Settle right here in a pile. Stanbaugh clipped the outside, and he gets into Wagaman. Wagaman into the inside. Marks clips him. No cautions in the heat races. We keep going. Broderick, Settle, Stanbaugh, and then Brett Marks now up to the 4th spot. That's the final direct transfer spot. Good run through 3 and 4 for Brett Marks. Right in front of Joe Taylor, Andrew Swartwood, Chan Finley in the infield. So only 6 cars on the track. We'll be halfway when Broderick gets back to the start-finish line. He is really starting to gap these guys over 9/10 of a second now. Indiana folks in the house. Man, the lock-in's got everybody watching racing. We love it. Appreciate it greatly, guys. Keep it up. Mark Broderick out in front of Zach Settle. Max Stanbaugh in the 3rd spot, and Brent Marks sitting in our final direct transfer spot to the feature from the heat races. We are in heat race number 4 right now. 1.2 seconds. Mark Broderick. He's going to see 3 to go this time. He works around the top side. Settle was on the bottom. Stanbaugh was on the top. Brett Marks has been steadily working the bottom. Joe Taylor, the 461 machine, trying to catch up to the 4th place car. Brent Marks just not having a lot of luck. That gap staying at about 7/10 of a second. So right now with 2 to go, Brett Marks looks like he's going to transfer straight to the feature if he can keep all 4 tires down on the dirt. Broderick picking up about 1/10 a lap on these guys. He's going to get the white flag out of turn number 4. On his way to an easy heat race number 4 victory. Zach Settle in a transfer spot. Max Stanbaugh, Mad Max going to the feature, it looks like, and so is Brent Marks. Here comes heat race 4 winner Mark Broderick out of turn 4. He takes the checkered flag. Zach Settle, Max Stanbaugh, and as I said before, Brent Marks going to make a straight 2 to the feature. Everybody else, alphabet soup time for you. 1 more heat. And we'll be ready to start eliminating cars. All right. Heat race. Number 5, final heat race of the evening. Gridding out on our front stretch. On the pole, 38 machine of Brett Strickler into his outside. The 222 Wicked Cushion sponsored machine of Weston Newell. Row 2 on the inside, the Wicked Energy Gum Elbows Up Sim Sport. Number 79 out of New Paris, Ohio. It's Billy Rowley. On his outside, the 05 machine of Michael Rosendahl. In the third row on the inside, going to be the 14 car of Christopher Hockley, and on the outside, Jordan Mitchell in the 13. Row number 4 on the inside, the Wagon Casey I-55 Lures UDSRA machine out of St. Louis, Missouri. It's the 073 of Larry Moody. And to his outside, Joe Cotta in the 10 car. And on the final row, Justin. I slaughter this guy's name every time I see it. I just call him Justin Z. He drives the 3 car. He's on the inside of row number 5, and Douglas Deeds in the 76 on the outside of the final row. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that guy's name. Every time I see him, I just say Justin Z, and I hope he's okay with that. All right, going green out of 4, final heat race, 10 laps, top 4 to the feature. Everybody else into the alphabet soup. As soon as these guys finish up, we'll get the C main out on the track for you. Man, I think it's a battle between the PA people and the Indiana people, and I love it. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Flat Out Sim Series from UDSRA. Heat race number 5, final heat race of the evening. About to go green, and Strickler got on the throttle quickly, and he got away from Newell, and the green flag fell. Big contact with Rowley down into turns 1 and 2. That is going to shake up the field. Rowley, I think he got into the back of Strickler there. Strickler now falling into second behind Newell. Justin Z from the very back row is all by himself. Started in the 9th spot. He is up to 3rd. Larry Moody into 4th after the shakeup. Christopher Hockley, the 14 machine, down on the inside, runs in 5th. Rosendahl 6th. Deeds, Mitchell, and Rowley is taking his car to the infield. But Weston Newell, 1.6 seconds out in front of Brett Strickler. Strickler was coming off the bottom right there. 3Z, Justin Z up to the top. Larry Moody was trying to work around the inside of him. Moody checked up right there. He's going to work the inside now, see if he can get there. That line just not quite as open. Little contact. Oh, big contact there. Hockley got into the back of the 3 car. He is going to escape at the 4th spot. Justin's going to get away in the 5th spot. Got that car back up underneath. It was pretty heavy contact. Don't think there was a lot of damage. Maybe just a push bar or a Nerf bar bent on that thing, but a lot of heavy contact. Weston Newell out in front of everybody. 1.1 seconds over Brett Strickler. Larry Moody now in 3rd. Christopher Hockley, your final transfer car. Watch 4th place here go around and come at us down the backstretch. Four to go this time for Newell. Strickler closing the gap a little bit. It was 1.2 seconds a little while ago. It's 1 second now, about 2 laps now. So he is making up some time. We'll see if he can get that gap closed down, make a battle of this for the heat race win. Moody still in 3rd and Hockley still in 4th. Hockley's got a pretty good gap ahead of Justin Z right here. 3 car running pretty good, so all the contact maybe not doing too much to slow him down. Newell sees 2 to go. Strickler's closing it up. He's got it down to half a second. Lost a little bit of ground in 1 and 2. Really had to slow the car down to roll the bottom right there. Turns 1 and 2, but he is running right on the top shelf out of 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Still Newell, Strickler, Moody, and Hockley, your top 4. Those guys are going to make it straight to the feature. Everybody else will have their work cut out for them. Out of turn 4, he's going to pick up the win. Weston Newell wins heat race 5. Brett Strickler. Then, Larry Moody's car out of fuel on the front stretch. So Hockley Hockley is going to lose the final transfer spot as he ran out of fuel off turn 4, and Justin Z is going to pick up that final transfer spot. So, without contact, a big shakeup at the finish of that one. We've got 20 cars locked in to our feature. We're going to find the last 4 out of these last 2 races here. C Main going to roll out, scheduled for 15 drivers. It's going to be Deeds and Gualda on the front row. Moody and Williams in row 2. Swartwood and Siskowski in row number 3. Orion Smith and Jordan Mitchell, row 4. Griffiths and Wagaman in row number 5. Row 6 will be the Flying Aussie Craig Dunn and Brent Holloway. Or row 7, Billy Rowley, John Helms. And on the back row by himself, the 43 car of Dante Brown. I don't think Dante is going to be able to make any of this. It doesn't look like he's going to grid out. So if Gualda and Williams grid out, we will have 14. Otherwise, we are going to have about 12 cars racing for 4 spots. And that is what we'll have. That outside row is going to shake up just a little bit, as Tony Gualda and Ty Williams did not make the call. Dante Brown missed both his heat and missing the start in the C main. Transfer cars out of this one are going to be in the last couple of rows in the B main. I believe we're going to be looking for 4 cars out of that B main to join the 20 already locked in to tonight's feature race. All right, lights off on the pace truck hill. Duck in turn 3. We'll get ready to go green. Deeds. And now I see, I think the 99 car is actually sitting, yep, the 99 car just gridded out late. He is sitting on pit road. The pace about to pick up right here off of turn number 4. Loud pedal down, green flag. Larry Moody with a big move up the inside right there. Got a great start. He picks up the lead. Siskowski settles into second. Swartwood into third. And Troy Wagaman now sits in fourth with Andrew Swartwood right in front of him. That's your top 4 cars. Moody with a great move on the start. He went from inside the second row to the lead before we got to turn 1, and he is going to hang on to that front spot until right there at the exit of turn 4, and Siskowski powers his way by on the high side. Moves Siskowski to the point. Moody, then Wagaman. Now Swartwood back to 4th and right in front of Brent Holloway, the 39 machine. Here comes Billy Rowley. The 79 had problems in his heat race on lap number 1, turn number 1. Car in the fence. Looks like Swartwood put it into the outside wall off of turn 4. He's going to be able to keep it going, but it lost him 2 spots. Holloway now, 39 car, has 4th. He finds the fence off too, and there goes the Rowdy one. Billy Rowdy around the outside. He takes over that 4th and final transfer spot. So 1 lap. 4th place changed hands 3 times. Siskowski, 0.8 of a second over Moody. Moody's got his hands full. 19 car. Troy Wagaman. Moody got it a little sideways off 4th. That let Wagaman have a little bit of extra momentum. Now Wagaman around the top side of 1 and 2. Pulled even, but a big drive on the bottom. There must be plenty of grip down on the bottom, down the backstretch. Now Wagaman uses it on the front stretch to his advantage. Second place going back and forth. While these guys are racing, the 79 machine of Billy Rowley is starting to close the gap on them. We're going to have a 3-car race for second, third, and fourth. Siskowski at the halfway point. 1.5 seconds in front of Wagaman. Wagaman now comfortably in front of Moody. Rowley closing in on the 73 car. The 79, the rowdy one, making his presence known. A little bit of a hiccup that time going into turn 3. It looks like Moody fighting a little bit of a problem through the exits of the corners at both ends. A lot better that time. Good straightaway. Oh, then gets it into the fence in the outside in turn 3. I thought there was going to be contact with he and Rowley, but Rowley uses the high side. Move the rowdy one into third. Billy Rowley takes it over. Larry Moody back to the fourth and final transfer spot. Siskowski streaking away from these guys. He's going to have 5 to go when he comes off of 4. 1.7 seconds out in front of Troy Wagaman. Rowley in third. Moody still fourth. Holloway a distant fifth. Siskowski's car gone from the track. Now it's back. Now it's gone. Little bit of warp action from the 7 car. 4 to go that time. Keep our eyes here on second because Rowley is making up ground on Wagaman. Rowley around the outside of Wagaman. Wagaman with the slide job in 1 and 2. Rowley's going to be able to cut underneath that. Uses the sticky down on the bottom of the backstretch. Move the rowdy one. Billy Rowley into the second spot. 2 laps to go. I don't think he's got enough time to catch Siskowski. 1, 2, Siskowski, Rowley, Wagaman in third. Larry Moody in the fourth spot. A long ways back. Brent Holloway in fifth and Andrew Swartworth in the sixth spot. There's your top 3 out of turn 4. White flag. B main. 1 more lap to go. Siskowski went to the basement. Rowley went to the penthouse. Nothing doing. Siskowski, little bit of a blink job there. I don't know where he keeps going. And I can't find the car now. But Siskowski wins it. Rowley second. Wagaman third. And here comes Moody. He's going to pick up a transfer spot. And our starting grid for the feature race is ready to go. Going to give these guys a few minutes of warm-up. Get some final tunes in on the car. Let everybody know we really appreciate all the fans tuning in tonight. You spent your Friday night watching dirt racing. We know you can't go to the real track with all this crazy quarantine stuff. That was the C main. Oh, wow. I'm a whole race off, guys. I could have swore that was the B main. We're going to the B main now. A lot of guys in this one. Another 15 cars ready to go. All right, well, let's get through the starting grid. It's going to be the Flying Fossil, David Flick on the pole, Joe Taylor to his outside. The X Machine, Mike Keegan inside of row number 2. Brian Cotta on his outside. Row 3 going to be Doug Deeds, Bradley Muller. Chad Finley and Jared Burba in row 4. Row 5, Casey Graves and Michael Rosendahl. Row 6 going to be Brett Shearer and Brent Dinsford. Justin Brester, Joseph Thomas, row number 7. And on the back row, Joe Cotta, the 10 car. All right, the Flying Fossil going to bring us to the green. 15 more laps. So much action, they got everybody confused right now, especially me. But as I was saying, as these guys got ready to grid out, we appreciate everybody spending your Friday night with us. We know this quarantine stuff sucks. Everybody wants to go to the racetrack. I'm one of those people. I miss going out to my local track on a Friday night or a Saturday night and watching the guys sling dirt around. Hopefully all this nonsense will be over very soon and we'll be able to all go enjoy the things that we love. But until then, we appreciate you guys spending your time with us. We hope you're enjoying the show. One more consolation race. We'll be ready to go into our feature. I want to thank the guys over at the Flat Out Sim Series for inviting us to cover this for them. Always a pleasure to see great racing, and these guys are putting on one heck of a show tonight. I hope all of you appreciate it as much as I do. But it is time to go green. One more consolation race. The Fossils on the throttle, and the green flag is in the air. Mike Keegan got a great start right behind Flick right there. We'll see what these two do at the front. Flick with a little slip in two, and Keegan made up some ground. So it's Flick, Keegan, Muller, and Casey Graves. Casey Graves with a good move on the bottom, but just too much power from Muller. Muller a little loose off of 4, and he's able to settle back into the 4th spot. Flick still has the lead, and he's gapped the distance on this second lap quite a bit over Keegan. Looks like you can teach an old dog a new trick. And old Dave Flick's trying to teach these guys how to run this 410 sprint car out here. Oh, way out of shape off 2. Keegan finds the grip on the bottom. Just as I was praising the man, he drops back to second. Put Mike Keegan on the point. David Flick, Casey Graves, and now Bradley Muller runs in the 4th spot. Chad Finley right in behind him. These 5 guys have gotten away from the entire field. It looks like the top 3 have got a good group going, and then the next 2, and then it's everybody else behind that. Keegan went to the top side. Flick stayed on the bottom, and Graves went right through the middle to try to catch up. See if he can move into second, then set his sights on Mike Keegan. Good battle for second right now. David Flick, the yellow car, hanging on to it. Graves trying to get there. Muller back here all by himself in 4th because it is a good distance back to Finley in 5th. Joe Taylor, the 461 car there, running in the 6th spot. All right, now the best battle is for second. Graves was looking to the outside. He just couldn't get far enough up beside Flick. Keep David Flick in second. Graves is still in 3rd. Muller still in 4th. They're all chasing Mike Keegan. Halfway home, Mike Keegan, 1.3 seconds out in front of the Flying Fossil. And the Fossil's got his hands full as now Graves goes around him in 3 and 4. Move Casey Graves into second. David Flick back to 3rd. Muller now has got his hands full. He's been out of shape a couple of times back here. Finley had a shot at him. Couldn't make it stick. Now he makes it stick into the outside fence. That car going to be finished. Oh, contact between Flick and Graves out of turn 4. Bradley Muller takes 4th back over. Joe Taylor now, the 461 machine, trying to run him down. He's closed the gap some. The battle between Finley and Muller will let Taylor close the gap up, but now it looks like it's settled out. Mike Keegan working around lap traffic. He just got around Cotta. Oh, that wasn't Joe Cotta. That was Doug Deeds, excuse me, that he got around. Keegan 1.6 seconds ahead of David Flick. Flick right in front of Casey Graves. That's for 3rd. And then, like I said a little bit ago, it's a ways back to Muller. But Muller, that car getting way out of shape, and he's letting Joe Taylor start to close the gap. So we're watching first and second right here. David Flick running in second right behind Keegan. 2 to go. Those two drivers, if they can stay where they are, they're going to the feature. The Flying Fossil out of turn 2. Lap and a half to go. Mike Keegan right in front of him. Looking for a spot in tonight's A main. Keegan now more into lap traffic. On the white flag lap, is he going to put any pressure on Dinsford? Knows he's going to make it through if he can just keep the car clean. He goes around on the inside. Final time through 3 and 4. Mike Keegan's going to pick up the win in the second B main. He's going to the feature tonight, and so is the Flying Fossil David Flick. Those two drivers will make it into our A main. Everybody else is going to be done. Good racing in both of our consolation races. Our field is now set. And we'll give these guys just a little bit of intermission here. While they figure out what the final tunes are on their car, we'll invite you to watch this. Tim Sims, a great sponsor, a great partner with the Dirt Racing Network. I know that he was a big part of the deal over in York, Pennsylvania here back in February with the Wicked Cushion Esports Championship deal. Well, like it says, you name the place, they'll bring the race. You got an event. After we get out of this crazy quarantine stuff, if you want to have some fun sim racing, they'll bring iRacing to you. Just find them on Facebook, Tim's Dirt Track Simulator. Send them a message. They'll be happy to set something up with you. Going to put these guys out here tonight. I don't know if they're going to run the entire 3.5 minutes off this thing or not. Still quite a bit left in this track. What I was watching through those consolation races. So I'm sure these guys would like to put a little bit more slick into it. Make it just a little bit more of a driver's track. Get these guys down here. See a lot of people in this chat that I recognize the names. Hey, Mike Keegan, you got a copy? Mike Keegan, are you there, buddy? Hey, Mike. All right, man. Well, we just watched you finish up in that consolation race. Man, tell us what's going on with the racetrack out there. Is it starting to get slick anywhere yet?
Well, in the B it was pretty good. I kind of wish they didn't reset it, but they reset it for the warm up, and they're giving us 5 minutes to wear the track in. So right now it's pretty fast, and I think it's gonna stay pretty fast probably for the whole feature.
Yeah, it looked like it was actually starting to go back to one groove there, and through all the heat races, it looked like two grooves were working. Making this a reset and having you guys work it back in, is that going to put us back to 2 lanes, or are we going to be 1 lane for quite a while in the feature?
I think it's going to be probably around the top for at least 10 laps maybe, and then I think the bottom will come in for sure, and then I think we'll have about 2 lanes of racing, but even the middle, I think this will be good. We'll probably have 3 lanes of racing because with how many guys are out here, it's going to dry out pretty fast. So I'm just hoping, since I start so far back, we get some multiple groove racing so I can maybe make a charge to the front.
I was just getting ready to ask. You're going to start pretty deep in this field. What can we expect to see from the X Machine tonight?
I guess I'm just going to go wherever they're not. You can't pass guys by following them, so I'm just going to try and be patient. It's a long race, so just got to make moves through the field and see where I'm at towards the end, and hopefully we're up front or close to the win.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll try to keep an eye on you the entire way.
All right, thank you.
I'll see if we can get Mike back up there into the channel. We're having some problems with getting Mike back up there. Mike, I'm trying to move you out of here. All right, we got Mike up there. We appreciate Mike taking the time to chat with us. We got him back where he's supposed to be now. You heard him saying they reworked the track in between the sessions. So we'll see what these guys get out of it. Get ready to go out here, run through our starting lineup for you. Going to be Brett Mikulski and Jeremy Zarfos on row number 1. Row 2, Kyle Keene and Mark Broderick. Row 3, Weston Newell and David Diller. Richie Preston, Cody Hartlob in row number 4. Zach Settle and Brett Strickler, row 5. Row 6, Zach Holloway and Corey Wenzel. Row 7 will be Trevor Berry and Max Stambaugh. Christopher Hockley and Dakota Kuhn making up row 8. Row 9, Kyle Sosnowski and Eric Cole. Brett Marks and Justin Z making up the 10th row, the 11th row, Chance Siskowski and Mike Keegan. And on the back row, Billy Rowley and David Flick. So 24 cars ready to take on Williams Grove Speedway. With the reset, that is going to change the track surface a little bit. We will probably see, like Mike said, multi-groove racing. Maybe even 3 full lines of racing out here. It's probably going to get a little bit hectic. So don't blink or you're going to miss something exciting, I can assure you. You're not a member now, Steve? I see you say you want to try iRacing. If you haven't been a member before, go to the Dirt Racing Network, send me a private message through the page, and I will get you hooked up with a 3-month free basic subscription. It just can only be for new members. You can't renew. It has to be for a new member. You get all the basic elements of the sim. All right, green flag about to come out of turn for Mikulski and Zarfos on the front row, and the green's in the air. Kyle Keene with a quick move inside of Zarfos. He's going to try to take over second on the bottom out of turn 2, and he's got it. Short bid for the lead, but it was none too quickly over. Mikulski able to hang on up the top side, and I think Brett Mikulski is going to work the top side. He knows there's a lot of momentum. Caution at the end of lap number 1. Eric Coyle's car on the infield already, so let's take a peek and see. Oh, yeah. Big contact there. Coyle. 7 car of Sosnowski. 888 of, I know who that is. Huh. Corey Wenzel. Excuse me. That took longer than I needed it to. So, Coyle on the infield. First car out, Wenzel back in 23. He took his car to the infield. I don't know if they're going to try to fix something on it real quick. Looks like they are, and he is going to roll back out. Go back to the front. Look at your top 10 real quick. Mikulski, Keene, Broderick, Zarfos. Newell, Settle, Hartlob, Strickler, Preston, and Holloway currently. Well, it's not a horrible time, Kenneth, to come back. Dirt is actually pretty entertaining. I retired in 2016 for about 4 months. And then when I figured out dirt really was coming out, I went ahead and came back in March. We started up our league. And we've been going for 3 years. We started up the Dirt Racing Network about almost 2 years ago. And we've been covering plenty of leagues since then. And it is just growing and growing. And with this lock-in and all the big names, USAC and World Outlaws and everybody else putting on these big shows, it has really brought in people to iRacing, and it has been very entertaining, especially here recently. But we're back to green. Into lap 4, beginning of lap number 5. Mikulski still in front of Keene. Broderick falling back. It is Weston Newell now up to 3rd. Cody Hartlob in 4th. Jeremy Zarfos in 5th. Watching these guys off a turn 2. It is a hornet's nest right there. 2 and 3 wide. Newell way up top. He's in 3rd. Settle now. 58 car has moved into 4th. Zarfos down on the inside is 5th. Hartlob running 6th right there. Broderick dropped back to 7th. And he is right in front of Brett Strickler in 8th. Richie Preston and Max Stambaugh rounding out our top 10. Keene now around the inside of Mikulski. Kyle Keene to the front. 17 car on the point out of turn number 4, completing lap number 7, 28 to go. Mikulski still running on the top shelf. Keene running right against the inside. Zach Settle now around Newell into 3rd. Clips the fence just a little with that left front tire. Got it just a little too close. But it does not upset his position. He sets into 3rd. Newell goes to the top side. Weston Newell finds a little bit of fence. That lets Zarfos around him on the inside. Move Jeremy Zarfos to 4th. So it's still Keene, and he is starting to get away from Mikulski. 9/10 of a second. Making a full second at the entrance to turn 3. On lap 10, Mikulski 2nd, Settle is 3rd, Newell and Zarfos battling. That is 4th and 5th. Brett Strickler back here in 6th. Mark Broderick, Max Stambaugh, positions 7 and 8. Cody Hartlob is 9th, and he's got his hands full. Holloway is right there in 10th. Brett Marks running 11th. Billy, the Rowdy One Rally now. He's made it 3 wide through 3 and 4. Down on the bottom. Couldn't get the spot. He stays in 12th. Keene starting to stink up the show a little bit. He is really getting away from these guys. Oh, big mistake off of 4 right there. That may close the gap a little bit. He lost about 2/10. Got the car a little out of shape. Down on the bottom. Had to gather it back up. And that let Mikulski, who's now changed lines. He's gotten away from the top. Looks like he's running the middle in 1 and 2. And in 3 and 4, and he is starting to close the gap up. Zach Settle still running in 3rd. Jeremy Zarfos, Weston Newell. Go on board here and watch Mr. Newell. He's got a visor full of mud, I can see that. He is working the top side. Trying to chase down Jeremy Zarfos, who runs in the 4 spot. You can see in that live gap, that's to the leader. About 3 laps from the halfway point. Keene still out in front. We're on board with Weston Newell. Pretty good run off the exit. He closed right up there. Now goes to the high side and gets around Zarfos. If only for the time being. Brett Strickler now closes in on these guys. He's running the top side. He's making up a lot of time. The 38 car now tucked in behind the 5 of Zarfos, goes from the outside to the inside. Zarfos went up to the top side, got passed by Newell off the top side, said he wanted to see if there was something up there. Clipped the fence out of 4. Now Strickler takes a spot away. Move Brett Strickler into your top 5. Kyle Keene taking the 17 machine for a ride around the top off a 3 and 4. Halfway home the last time by. 17 laps to go. Mikulski still second. Newell third. Zach Settle back to the 4th spot. He's right in front of Zarfos, who's still 5th, but Strickler's putting the pressure on him. Now Strickler with a mistake off of 4. Billy Rowley up to 7th. Got around both Newell and Holloway. Max Stambaugh back to 10th. He's right in front of David Diller. Brett Marks. Kyle Sosnowski, the 7 car, the purple machine on the outside. He goes around Marks. Move him into the 12th position. Back to the front. Keene still over a second ahead. 14 to go this time at the line. Mikulski still running second. We're watching the 73 car now on the exit of 2. They're in lap traffic. A 14 machine of Christopher Hockley, and he's going to head for the infield. Mikulski's closed up a couple of seconds now. I think the lap car slowed Keene down just a little bit. It's just between 8 and 9 tenths. Both guys running the same line. Newell now has gotten away from Zarfos. Zarfos got around Settle as well. Moves Zarfos up to 4th. Settle still on the inside, trying to make up the ground that he's losing, but he can't do it. Getting the car sideways out of 4, and Brett Strickler is all over him. Strickler goes top side. Settle stays on the inside. Keep Zach Settle in the 5th spot. Strickler in 6th. 5 car, Jeremy Zarfos. Settle took a peek on the inside, but he couldn't get there. Zarfos is still 4th. Kyle Keene coming into lap traffic. They're going to see 10 to go this time, and he's still just about a second ahead of Brett Mikulski. Coming up on Trevor Berry. And then caution, and that is going to bring things back together for everybody. The rowdy one, Billy Rowley. See what happened to the 79. Went on the outside of Wenzel. Found to the fence, and then got collected by Mad Max Stambaugh right there. So that's going to group things up. We were just inside the 10 to go mark. Getting her back here single file, we'll give you your top 10. When we get back to green, it'll be about 6 laps left in this one. A lot of action. Good green flag run for these guys right there. See what our top 10 looks like here. It is Kyle Keene, Brett Mikulski 1-2, Weston Newell in 3rd, Jeremy Zarfos 4th, Zach Settle in 5th, Brett Strickler in the 6th spot, Corey Wenzel is 7th, Kyle Sosnowski in the 8th spot, Zach Holloway running in 9th, and David Diller rounding out our top 10. Hope everybody's enjoying the show. Appreciate everybody being here. About 11 o'clock on the East Coast. This one winding down. We brought everybody back together. Get a restart here with just about 5 laps to go. make it 6. See what we can do to get this thing to the end under the green flag. Make sure that these last 6 laps stay green. These guys are doing a great job so far, but Kyle Keene is on the throttle, and the green flag is back in the air, and he streaks away from McCulty. Newell and Zarfos with contact down the front stretch. That is going to knock them both out of top 3 spots. Zach Settle now back into the 3rd spot. Brett Strickler on the high side of Weston Newell. He is making a bid for 4th. Corey Wenzel is right there. Kyle Sosnowski. 5 to go that time. We're watching the battle 4th, 5th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here. Settle in the 3rd spot. Newell and Wenzel, 4th and 5th. Newell had the bottom, had a good run through there, and then lost the right rear. Now Corey Wenzel with a big run up the front stretch. Move the 888 into the top 3. Weston Newell still working on the bottom. He's got a good run down the backstretch. Battle side by side for 3rd place. Mikulski got around Keene. Not for long. Keene takes it back. 3 laps to go. Battle at the front. Side by side, the 17 of Kyle Keene, the 73 of Brett Mikulski. Now Keene, good run down the backstretch. Takes a big lead into 3. Loses a lot of gap. Has to cross over as Mikulski on the big slider line. 2 to go. Keene still in front. These 2 at the front starting to put on the show. Caution. I think I saw Zach Settle's car, who was running in 3rd. He is barely in front of the leaders, and he is missing the entire front end of that car. This was the previous lap. Newell got a little out of shape, got into Sosnowski, turned him in front. 3 cars into the outside wall. And that is what brought us to the position we're in now. We'll see if we get an extension with the green-white checker. Are you a little biased there, Mr. Baum? I am ready to see, them put a few more tracks in here. And I would like to see some more racy tracks instead of some of these cookie cutters. All right. Still Keene, Mikulski, Wenzel, Strickler, and Holloway, the top 5. Diller, Marks. Justin Z is 8th. Jeremy Zarfos is 9th. And David Flick, the Flying Fossil, cracking his way into the top 10. We'll have a green-white checker finish. Okay, lights off on the pace truck. Getting ready for our green-white checker finish. Keene, Mikulski, and Wenzel are top 3 right now. Yeah, Aaron, I think the latter of those is actually on the list right now. So hopefully hashtag soon. Anybody that's a member of iRacing understands that joke. All right, Kyle Keene back on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Green-white checker attempt number 1. Keene's going to hold the lead through turn 2. Mikulski ran the middle. Corey Wenzel in 3rd. Good gap back to Strickler. Through 3 and 4, Mikulski closes in on Keene. Keene went way upstairs, and he's going to have the lead at the line. White flag this time. They will race it back to the line. No more cautions. Mikulski's got the inside down the backstretch. Keene had just enough of a wiggle to let Mikulski get there. Now, Keene cuts underneath off of turn number 4. They're going to drag race to the finish. Your winner tonight, Kyle Keene over Brett Mikulski. Corey Wenzel going to finish third. It was just about a half a car. Great finish for those guys. We'll go back. We'll watch it again. Right at the line. Keene, almost a full car. We'll watch it back on the replay, but we'll get these guys to come around, hopefully give us a park on the front. He is going to go by, run through the scale real quick. Sort of. Let's put him right there. Let's see what we can do for getting a screenshot right here. And then let's find these guys up here. Keene, Mikulski, and Strickler. I've got to find all these guys in this sea of humanity up here. Yeah, I'm not finding any of them. Did they all bail out? Oh, there they are. They are down in the bottom. Fantastic. We are going to move these guys up here one at a time. We're going to talk to them and find out about their runs tonight. We're going to start with our third place finisher, Brett Strickler. Brett Strickler, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, a heck of a run there tonight. Watched you kind of carve your way up through the field. You come home third tonight. Talk to us about that run on a great track and how you come home on the bottom step of the podium.
I think I got fortunate with some events there towards the end, and I think if I maybe would have started inside the top 5, I might have had a shot at a win, but I'm satisfied with where I ended up. It was a survival night for about the last 10 laps, and I ended up the right end of everything.
Well, it kind of looked to me like all night long, the longer the run went for you, the faster your car got. Maybe not fantastic at the beginning of a run, but the more laps you were able to put on it, your car seemed to be moving forward when other guys were sliding back. What was the difference?
I don't know. I think I started getting a little more patient, and I moved around and found some stuff, and it was like you said, it was a pretty racy track, so it was just difficult to say that one spot was much better than the other because guys were on the top, guys were on the bottom, and we're all about equal. So it was tough to move, but I don't know. I got a little more consistent, a little more smoother, and towards the end there, I got a little overexcited, and I think Wenzel just happened to roast the tires, and I snuck in at the line by I don't know half a tenth, and to bring it on the podium.
All right, man. Well, I'm sure you've got a bunch of sponsors that you'd like to thank for giving you a great machine to run out there tonight. We'll let you do that and go celebrate a third place finish.
Yeah, just wanted to thank all my guys that I was over there in TeamSpeak with, talking to race on. Congrats to Kyle on the win. Thanks to Weston and Craig and Settle. We were all kind of chatting up, making each other better the whole night. So big thanks to those guys.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a third place finish again. We look forward to seeing you next week, bud.
Thanks, Roger. Thanks for putting this on, and looking forward to it.
All right. Your third place finisher, Mr. Brett Strickler. We'll grab another Brett here and move him up. Get ready to talk to second place finisher, Brett Mikulski. Brett Mikulski, you got a copy?
Sir.
All right, man. A heck of a battle at the front there towards the end with you and Mr. Keene. Walk us through this race and your second place finish tonight.
I tried up top there early and felt pretty good, and then he drove by me on the bottom, and then I was like, you know what, if I get driven by on the bottom, maybe I should swap down. So for some reason, he went up high, and I started going through the middle, and it just came up a little short. I mean, me and him battled hard, nice and clean. Can't ask any more than that. So I had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like the track went through quite a few changes, even after the rework, and you guys spent enough time out there working it back in. What changed, and where was the biggest change you noticed during that feature race?
I would say that I actually really never run the bottom here. I'm usually just the top guy, and that definitely went away. And then I was learning as I was going there, and I started dragging some brake, which I actually heard that from Bergeron earlier tonight at Knoxville. So I figured I'd try it out, and all of a sudden the car came alive on the bottom. So instead of just letting out, drug a little brake, and she came right to life down there.
Yeah, fantastic run. I'm sure you got a bunch of sponsors you'd like to thank, and then we're going to let you celebrate a very hard-earned second place.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my crew chief, Kyle Cisnowski, Wicked Energy Gum, Wicked Cushion, Sprint Car Unlimited, Jerry Mahalski Heating and Air, and the crew.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congratulations on the second place finish again. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks for the stream and all too. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Always fun to see you on the track, bud. Second place finisher, Brett Mikulski. And we'll get the man of the hour up here, Mr. Kyle Keene. You got a copy?
Hey, Roger. Yes, I do.
Well, a great run for you. Had a lot of fans in the chat picking you at the beginning of the night to win this thing. You got a little bit of a battle at the end there with Brett, and you end up pulling it off, man. Talk to us about this feature race and the top step of the podium this evening.
Oh, I knew if I just could get out front early, I'd have a pretty good chance of just setting sail on this thing. But I kept seeing Brett was staying really close with me, so I just had to make sure I was just hitting my marks. And it was a lot of fun at the end. Super clean race. That was a blast. Can't thank Brett enough for that.
Yeah, it looked like I asked Brett. It looked like the track went through a couple of changes there during the feature. What did you notice the most, during that run?
I think the bottom was super fast, super early. I think that's kind of where I got my lead from, and then that kind of went away. So I felt like I had to move around a little bit, top, middle, slider line, that kind of thing, and it just kind of seemed to kept playing to how I was racing it. So pretty satisfied with moving around like I did.
Yeah, it looked like Brett was working the top, you were working the bottom. When you went by him, it made him change his entire program there, and he said he never runs the bottom. So kudos to you for forcing somebody who's normally a top feeder to become a bottom feeder in that deal. I'm sure there are a lot of people you'd like to thank for this one, and we're going to let you pop the cork on the champagne and celebrate a fantastic win.
Yeah, thank you to Henninger from Wicked Relief Gum, Wicked Energy Gum, and Wicked Cushion. D.L. Lehman Construction, CG Racing Engines, Eichmann Racing Fuels, Cleveland's Custom Welding, MCC Electrical, Dublin Gap Ranch, and 19 Design, and BKS Signs. Without all these guys, either on the sim or in real life, I truly couldn't do it without them. And their support is very much appreciated, and we look forward to continue racing with them.
Yeah, man, I am hoping that eventually I get to see some shots or some video of you guys out on the track for real with that number 17 car. And Matt's a big supporter of all the racing, the dirt racing, and especially in the sim stuff. And I have my affiliations with Wicked Energy Gum and Wicked Cushion, and so I appreciate him greatly, and I want to see the guys that he supports do well. So I can't wait to see you guys get back out on the track. So as soon as you guys do that, we're definitely going to be sharing some images over on the Dirt Racing Network. But congratulations tonight on a great win. We look forward to seeing you next week in this thing.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Roger. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and it's a lot of fun.
Your winner tonight, Kyle Keene. Brett Mikulski came home in a second. Brett Strickler in third. Corey Wenzel was fourth. Zach Holloway fifth. Brent Marks up to sixth. At the end there, David Flick was seventh. Mike Keegan eighth. Dakota Kuhn and Trevor Berry, ninth and 10th. Max Stambach, Kyle Sosnowski, 11th and 12th. 13th, Zach Settle. 14th, Richie Preston. Justin Z was in the 15th spot. Cody Hartlob 16th. Jeremy Zarfost was 17th. David Diller 18th. Eric Coyle 19th. And Weston Newell was 20th. Max Stambach. No, I'm sorry. We're moving on to 21st. Mark Broderick, Billy Rowley, Christopher Hockley, and Chance Siskowski rounded out the field. A great night of racing here at Williams Grove Speedway. I appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We're going to be back next week with these guys. I'm not sure if we're going to be back here at Williams Grove or not. I did not ask those guys. I will find out. Please come over to the Dirt Racing Network. Give us a like, a follow, and a share. You'll know every time we go live, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Until we are all out of this quarantine, I think this is about the best way to get our dirt racing fix. For myself, Jeff Peterson, Mike Peterson, Shea Paulo over at the Dirt Racing Network. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed yourself again. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. And until then, guys, keep it dirty. Good night, everybody.